Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Kaylee here. I'm coming to you today with a little bit of a treat for myself. I went and picked up some of this here Himi Gouache. I would like to see if it lives up to the hype. I've been hearing about this stuff for at least the last year and a half. Definitely 2021 was the year of the jelly gouache. And I want to see if it actually lives up. Is it better than Masterclass, my St. Petersburg stuff? Is it better than Artist Loft?
I'm gonna answer that right now. The answer is yes.
But I can't know for sure until I try it. So let's go. I've been waiting for this for a while. Beautiful plastic palette. Little thank you card with a list of their colors. And the light fastness. I haven't heard good things about their light fastness. So I'm not putting too much stock into whether or not they've actually tested anything. Yeah, see, because the pinks and the purples are at the same level as everything else. Which isn't usually a good sign. That usually means that they're very much not light fast. The point is not to have light fast paints. The point is to have practice paints. Some brushes. A little wiggly on all of them, unfortunately. I'll be right back. I just need some water. Trying to get every ounce out of this pen that I can. It's drying up. Finally, we get to open these. I've been sitting on these paints on my to-do list for like a month or so, and it's a relief to finally get going on this. First off, these paints are seated hard in this palette, and it's a struggle to take them out. I ended up using a sculpting tool thing to get a hold of them and pull them. Another way you could do this, and I think the correct option, is to flip the palette over and dump them. Would have saved my fingernails if I thought of that in the first place. The second thing, after you get the paints out of the palette, you have to open them, which is a whole thing in and of itself. You're gonna get paint all over your hands doing this. There's no way around it. Make sure you have something on hand to clean your space and hands after this step. Thirdly, use the paint on the foil for swatches. It's so easy to just let that paint go to waste, but there is more than enough there to swatch. These came all out of order. I swatched them out of order too, even compared to how they came. I don't really know why I went right to left with this. Must have had a heck of a lot on my mind to do this. I ended up sorting the pots so they actually go in the order they are in the little post-it they sent with the tub. I think I'm gonna just let the music go for a while. I like how peaceful it feels. testing these paints to see how opaque they end up. The undercoat ends up hardly showing at all. I think this palette is a good thing for me. I always have a paralysis about taking too many paints out, and having them just be out regardless might be a fix for that. I think I messed up on these eyes. Should have done them how I do my pastel eyes, but they're black like a doll's eyes. A natural hair fan brush is probably the single worst thing I've used, like, ever. Next time I'm gonna raid my oils for my bristle fan. Alright, so that is the gouache. I actually really liked it. I've actually been saying that a lot, so maybe I should come up with some negatives. You can't close it. And by that I mean, all of the cups are always open all the time. Doesn't matter if you're doing landscapes, the skin tones are going to be out. Doesn't matter if you're doing an ocean scene, the greens are going to be out. You can't stop it from drying out. On the other hand, it is gouache. It can be reactivated quite easily. Just a spray every once in a while. In terms of consistency, I would actually rate it higher than the Masterclass. The Masterclass were really, the consistency depended on the jar. Whether the jar had a lot of water or little water. It could be as thick as poster paint or as thick as a watercolor pan. Like it kind of just depended on what the jar was. These are very consistent. Also, these are safe for kids. No, I wouldn't give it to a kid because they're gonna make a big mess of it. But if you had like an 8 or 10-year-old, there's no reason that they couldn't get this. And you can wash it off. Final verdict? For the price that you pay for this, definitely get it. If you like gouache. If you're like me and it's just gonna sit in your closet, maybe something a little bit cheaper. Okay, bye.